Hello, thanks for joining me. We're going to be using some acrylic paints. We have 3 colors. It doesn't matter what they are. Just pick 3 and we're going to explore how we can create. We're going to be doing this leaf painting using these 3 colors and seeing what other colors we can make. So I'm going to start off by squeezing some on this damp paper towel. I think that'll just help keeping them moist. And then we're also going to mix them to see what other colors we can get by using these 3. So we should have at least 6 different colors because we have these 3, and then when you mix each of them, you will get a new color. So let's see what we got. Oh, I just did. You can't see what I did. So there you go. We'll leave it there so you can see. And we have all these brushes. And these are nice soft brushes. And as you can tell, you have a bunch of them. They're all different shapes, and they're stiff. The first time you get them, they're stiff because they put a preservative in there. So you just want to get a little water on there. You might even want soap and water. I usually just use water, rinse it out, and then it's soft and ready to go. So see? Oh, you didn't see that. So there you go. So I'm going to start. I'm going to actually use one of the bigger ones. This is a flat brush because, of course, it's flat. And a lot of people, these are really a great brush because you can do big fat strokes, or you can use it on its edge and make fine lines and really control where you're going. So with acrylics, you want to use water. So I'm going to use water. And I picked the first 2 colors, and we'll see what we get with that. All right, and I rinse my brush off, and now I'm going to grab this one and the pink. So that should probably be for me, that'll be a brightish orange. Okay, it actually looks about the same, so that pink is really powerful. And now I'm going to do yellow, the other 2 colors, and that'll just be a lighter version of this or a darker version of that, whichever way you want to look at it. And depending on the colors you choose, so if you do like blue and orange, you'll get a really pretty color depending on how much color you use for each one. A brown or whatever. All right, so I'm grabbing a little bit of water, and I'm going to be using just straight color. And there's different ways you can do it. Really soft, like this. Where you have even coverage, you can add, can you see me there? Yeah, you can do it it's really wet, like a watercolor effect, so we'll see what that looks like. That'll give you another effect. And you could do that. You could paint a watercolor painting with thinned acrylics, and the advantage slash disadvantage, depending on how you look at it, is watercolors, when you add water to them again, even dried on your painting or paint over it, it'll pick up some of that pigment, where acrylics dry waterproof, so there should be no pigment color blending or anything once it's dry. I'm going to use a different brush for this one just to see if we can create different marks. This is going to be a shorter video because I'm not just going to record and have you watch me fill in this whole thing. I'm just going to give you some tips, and then I'll fast forward or skip around. So I'm doing that, and now I'm grabbing some of this color and dabbing it in, so the color blends, but you also still see each of the colors. I want you to see the brush strokes, because I want some of the blending to happen in the eye, not just on my picture. So can you see? Yep, you can see a little texture, a little impasto. which is just a thick paint application. I hope. I think that's what it is. And now we're going to try even another one. So this is a round, I think. Let's see, it doesn't say on it. Obviously it's round, but the question I had is a round that's really long is called a rigger, whereas a shorter round would just be called a round. So, oh, and this one here, this one is kind of like a flat with a rounded tip. That's called a filbert. Filbert? I believe it's filbert. That's how you spell it anyway. Hope that's how you pronounce it. And let's add some yellow, some bright yellow. We'll do that here. And oh, another thing I wanted to talk to you about is when you look at your paints, you'll see, nope, this has both of them here. You'll see this little, where is it? This little square here that's filled in, and then this little square here that's halfway. That's showing you that this paint is opaque, so it'll cover the pencil lines, for example. And this one is transparent, so it's going to show, you're going to see through. So this, you're going to see whatever through it. So for layering colors, you'll want to use these. You just need to know that. Where this yellow is very transparent. You'll see here that, let me do a little bit more here, and then I'll zoom in for you or show you. So you can see the pencil line through it. So what you can do with that is you can layer different colors. So if you want, let's say you want this to have some brighter, bolder yellow, you go in with the light yellow over that, and you can blend it because you're going to see the color below it coming through. That's something you need to keep in mind when you're doing this. So if you are painting over pencil lines like I am, then you'll need to make sure you erase those so you're not painting over pencil lines like I am. So you're welcome. I did that as a good teachable moment for you. Not because I made a mistake. It's never because I made a mistake. It's art. It's just learning. So, and I think that's it for this video. I'll go ahead and finish this, and, well, you'll see the end. So, thanks for watching. Excuse me, everything's covered. So now I want this one to be the really bright color. That's the color I have, so that's the one I'm going to use. So I can either use water, which I think I'm going to do. We'll try see what that looks like. And I'm going to glaze it. So you're still going to see some of the color underneath, but it's going to tint it. And because I want it to be really bold, this bright color, because the rest of it is all kind of similar, all yellows. And it's funny, these colors that I have are much more autumn colors than spring colors, but that's what I had, so that's what I try to grow as an artist because of it. And then I'm brushing it very softly to keep the transition soft and feathered. Not feathered, leafed. That's not a word. And then as you can, well, I don't know if you can see. Let's see. So I'm going to have to go over it, and now they're just flat. So the ones that are dry, you can go in, and maybe I'm going to try a smaller brush, see if we can get a little more fine details. Again, rinse the brush so it's clean. And maybe this one here has, or let's do this color. Let's do this color. Can you see? All right, we're going to add some detail. And this brush is stiff. I just have to rinse that out because it has the preservatives in it, or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it, but okay. Oh, no, this one had dry paint. Okay. All right, so here we go. Okay. And now we're just going to add some detail. We're going to use this darker, the yellow, and this is dried up a little bit. And we'll see what this does. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and add some details. So some lines. And we're just going right over it. And maybe this one. Draw the main vein, I believe it's called. Adding a little more water. You almost always want to add water to your brush when you're doing painting with acrylics, because it just helps it flow. Yeah, maybe that'll be what I want to do. Oop. And if we do that pattern on some more leaves, that'll look good. And then let's see if we can, oh, I almost dropped my brush. And then maybe this one we can do, we need the opaque paint. So my yellow ochre, this color, is opaque, and that's from this little square there. If you have transparent, then that won't show up, but this one will cover. Now the value is very similar, so it's not going to show up too much. So I'm going to try it on, I don't want to do it on this one, but I'm going to do it on this one so you can see what I'm doing. Yep, see, I didn't do water. Add a little water to get it to flow. There we go. And then some leaves. These vines are right next to each other, and some of them are staggered. So you'd want to keep that in mind when you're doing yours. Keep them the same, whichever way you choose to go. So that's it. I'm going to finish it up, and I will show a picture of it at the end. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a few things with these acrylic paints, and really the amount of possibilities you have even with just 3 colors. So thanks again. I hope you have a wonderful month, and remember to smile, create, repeat.